Well, hi there, and welcome to another episode of Hey, What's Next? I have always wanted an Atari system, but it just never worked out. But as it so happened, one of my best friends had one when I was growing up, and we'd head off to the basement and play video games all day, along with eating junk food. Those were some good times. Well, this past holiday season, my kids surprised me with the My Arcade's GameStation Pro, a video game system with officially licensed games from Atari. Yes, I know this was released over a year ago, so I'm a bit late to the party. I guess better late than never. Other than opening up the box to explore it, I haven't set this up, so I wanted to share my first impressions with you. I won't call this an in-depth review, but a quick overview on what to expect if you happen to pick up one of these devices. The My Arcade GameStation Pro. This is what's next. As a kid from the 70s and the 80s, I never had an Atari system, ever. I had the Commodore 64 in the early 80s, but I never had Atari. Now, my friend down the street had it. We played it constantly. The closest I ever came to getting an Atari system is this Raspberry Pi setup from Micro Center. This was officially licensed, an Atari system, and you know what? It has done the job for me. I don't play games often. I'm definitely the casual game player. In 2025, I want to change that up. I want to play more games. Now, I'm not going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077, but I want to get back into the retro gaming a little bit, and with this channel, kind of explore some of those topics. So, I was surprised during the holiday season that my kids gave me this for Christmas from My Arcade. It is the GameStation Pro with over 200 games, which, based on videos that I've watched, not all of these are Atari games, but this is an officially licensed product. The nice thing about this one is that this came from BJ's, and it was one of those bundle deals that you get during the holidays. So we end up with also a Tetris. So this is kind of a 2-for-1 review. So as you can see with the box, they have a list of the games at the top. I'm excited to play some of those, like Asteroids and Centipede. Those are probably my favorite ones. I've not really played, well, Missile Command 2, but Pong, I played that a little bit. I remember that from the early 70s. Warlords, never played it. Breakout, yeah, I kind of played that a little bit. So it'll be interesting to just kind of get back into this and relive the childhood that I didn't have. I liked it because of the RGB on the buttons. I thought that was kind of cool. It is, or does have, the HDMI interface, and it has games from the 2600, 5200, 7800, and the Atari Arcade, not too dissimilar from the Micro Center release that they did several years ago for the Raspberry Pi. So, on the side, we have additional information of what's included: the GameStation Pro, the joysticks, power cable, HDMI cable, and a user guide. Now, the one thing that this does not have is it doesn't come with the batteries, nor does it come with the power adapter to power this thing. So, again, Atari, established in 1972. On the back here is a great picture of a dad and his son playing, which I don't know if he actually grew up with Atari, but seems a little young. Anyway, so he's playing with his son, and then these are some of the games over here on the side. Atari logo, bottom of the box, and the top of the box. So this is, again, from My Arcade. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed. All right. Now, you're going to notice additional tape. Yes, I've already opened it, but I have not played the GameStation. Honestly, it was the Tetris. I opened that up and started playing that right off the bat, and surprisingly enjoyed it immensely. But here we go. This is what's in the box. We have the GameStation device, the two joysticks. We have this Atari box here. Let's see what's in that first. So it looks like we have the user guide. And then we also have the My Arcade catalog, Collect Them All. So if you're not familiar with My Arcade, they produce these, the Micro Player, Nano Player, and the Pocket Players. In addition to that, we have this Certificate of Authenticity. So that's that. You also notice in this box it says the Tetris Pixel Pocket is under the tray. So we'll take a look at that in a second. We will take the plastic out. Here is our HDMI cable. We have our first joystick. I've heard some negatives about having the fire button here. We also have the paddle control, all the buttons down here. Top here is on and off. You put batteries in here. Here is the second joystick. This is the machine itself. It actually has some weight to it. The button's pretty good. We also have the micro SD card. Yes, you can expand this player to play other games. We have on the back a reset button, 5-volt in, and our HDMI out. And then we have a little peel here that'll take this off. And I love that metallic look to it. And then you have your two USB-C connections, which I believe that is also, yes, through here you could do a wired connection if you would like. I have not read the instructions, so I'm winging this as we go along. Here is the power cable. It is USB-C. And then again, if we take this out, you're gonna notice right here is the Pixel, what do they call it? The Pixel Pocket, the Tetris version. And like I said, this already has batteries. I've already played with it. I love Tetris. It is one of the few games that I can get addicted to. So that's been fun. So let me get this all cleared up and we'll take a look at the devices. I did lie a little bit. I completely forgot I had the world's smallest Atari 2600 that I bought a few years ago, and it has several games in here, and I've played this periodically. It's a little hard. It's more just a novelty thing, but this is also a very fun. We'll look at this maybe in another video, but let's get back to our GameStation Pro. But let's first take a look at the Pixel Pocket. Again, this was included as a BJ Warehouse bonus, just like the GameStation Pro. Here is another one of those catalogs. We also have the Pixel Pocket user guide, and just like the other one, here's a certificate of authenticity. As far as getting this thing out, it is next to impossible. There we go. You have to kind of press and hold, and it pops open like that, as I almost lost it. Whether you're going to put this on a key chain, I don't know. It seems like a little bulky to me, but batteries go in the back. I've already installed those. We also can peel off the cover here, and it is super tiny. This is not the best resolution. If we go ahead and we turn this on, you're going to see there is the game, and we can go ahead and start. There are some bonus games on here, and the text is very hard to read. I can press start, start, start. So that is this game, but I'm sure you didn't come here to look at the Pixel Pocket. You came here to look at the GameStation Pro. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get some batteries in here. This one here has got, looks like a screw, so you can't open it without undoing the screw. And it is an attached screw, so you won't lose that, so that's a bonus. And it basically takes 4 AA batteries, 2 up, 2 down. All right, that one's in. I should just go right back, and we screw this back into place. Nice thing about that is that gives this some weight. I mean, without the batteries, it's really light, but this one definitely has some weight now. So let's do the second one. And as you notice here, when it's on, it starts looking for the GameStation. It's currently not connected. Okay, I really think that the next step is let's get this connected up to a monitor, and let's play some games. We have the Atari connected up to my Pixio portable monitor. This is not the joystick I'll be using. I'll be using the other joystick, so let's go ahead and get it started. And here we got the main menu, and as you can see here, we have the Atari games. These are the bonus games, and then we have settings. Let's look at settings real quick. And you can do full screen or original. I have mine currently defaulted to original. And you can even do bezel art. And then you can even add scan lines to it if you want. We'll leave the scan lines off, and then this is the controller overview. The one thing that other reviewers have talked about is the fact that they kind of explain everything to you in the game system itself. So this is your controller stuff. You'll see when we get into video games that it even explains the video games themselves. And then here's an FAQ, and then the about. You do have a factory reset if you mess anything up. Otherwise, I'm going to go back. And let's go look at the Atari games. So you can have all the games, or you can go in specifics, our Atari 2600. You can look at just the 5200, the 7800, so on and so forth. Let's go look at Atari 2600. Now, I mentioned before, I loved Asteroids growing up. When I went to my friend's house, we would play that. We'd also play Centipede. And if I go into Asteroids, so here we can see we have the about of Asteroids, which is some background information on the game. It is 1 or 2 player. And we have the controls, the box artwork, and a screen capture of what the game looks like. And if I go ahead and I press A on my joystick, it'll go ahead and boot into Asteroids. I'm going to go press start. And there you go. We have Asteroids playing, and again, this is something that I've been looking forward to for a while because I've never had an Atari system. And no, I am a terrible game player. So I already destroyed my ship. If I go ahead and I hit the home button, it takes me back to where I started, which is the Asteroids screen. So let's go back using the B button. And I'm back to the menu. Let's look at one of the Atari 5200 games. And we have Centipede, so let's try that one. And like I said, I pretty much suck at these games, but that is one thing I'm going to try to do this year is play video games and be better at this. Let's go ahead and we're going to click the home button and let's look at the 7800 set. Here's some of the 7800. Obviously, the most games you get, as you notice here on 26, there's a buttload of games listed up here. But in the 5200, we have 7, and the 7800, we just have, it looks like, 10. Since we played Centipede for the 52, let's try the 7800 version. And last but not least, if we go back, we have the arcade ROMs located up here. If I can get back to it, there's the arcade, and we have several on this one. So we have 10, looks like 20, 30, and 39 games. And again, if you wanted to, you could go, oh, Lunar Lander. I used to play that all the time as a kid. Let's try this. I also sucked at this game too. And I'm totally going the wrong way here. Alright, enough of that. Alright, well anyways, this gives you an idea of what is in the Atari GameStation Pro from my arcade. I'm going to send it back to the studios with my final thoughts. So, what are my initial impressions? First, the My Arcade GameStation Pro was easy to set up. Just plug in a couple cables, turn it on, and you're good to go. The overall build quality seems solid, and the RGB lighting is a nice touch. Luckily, the lighting effects don't feel too distracting. The quality of the video output seems fine to me. Off camera, I went ahead and connected it to our 50-inch 4K television to see how well the video upscales, and it looked great. The included Atari game selection is decent. I'm not sure how I feel about those bonus games, but I'll spend time playing with them and I'll report back to you. As this was a special from BJ's Wholesale Club, the included Tetris handheld game was a nice bonus. While I didn't set up the GameStation Pro until this video, I have played with that Tetris game quite a bit and definitely enjoyed it. I plan to test the ability to add my own game ROMs to this unit and report back to you on how that goes. While not a big deal, my only negative was the exclusion of a power supply. You will either need to purchase that separately or maybe scrounge one up in a drawer somewhere, but remember that the power supply must output 5 volts at 2 amps. Overall, if you're looking for a simple retro game system, this might be a good choice for you. So, I hope you found today's topic helpful and informative. If you liked what you saw, can you take a moment and give me a thumbs up? And don't forget to share a link with family and friends. To have my channel appear in your feed, click the subscribe button and bell notification icon. In the meantime, feel free to watch one of my other videos either here or here. And until next time, I'll see you again for another episode of Hey, What's Next?